Hello, I'm back again. So as I said in the previous upload, I house sit and pet sit. And so that's when I have access to Netflix. And I grew up without watching TV or going to movies, so I don't really like to watch too many things. Sometimes I can become interested in something and then watch the whole series, but that seldom happens. But I was pet sitting last week, and I watched a documentary called "Girl in the Picture," um, and it's about a young woman who died at I think at 20 or 21, um, and has been abused by her stepfather. But I'm not here to. I'm not making this to compare myself to her. But there are things that came up. First of all, that there are adults who exploit children. Um, this stepfather was smarter than my parents, so he was he got his stepdaughter to become a stripper, and then killed one of the friends from the strip club, and escaped that city and changed identity and so the two were husband and wife. Um, I didn't have parents. I wasn't a stripper as a teenager. I don't have the body to do that. But when people say that it's crazy that an adult will do that to a child, uh, people don't believe in pedophilia, that it exists. Watch the documentary. There are people out there who would do that. You know, I didn't become a stripper. I didn't die in my early 20s, like the end of my childhood. But there are very disturbed people who would treat children like that. And this young woman, Tracy, was good in school and was gonna be I don't even know the name of this. I don't remember the name of the subject, but she was doing physics and engineering for space travel. She was gonna go to college. She got a full scholarship and got in. I didn't have that. She got in, but she wasn't allowed to. She had to support her father, her stepfather. But I did go to a math and sciences high school, a public school in New York. It's called Stuyvesant High School. If you're in New York City or you've lived in New York City, you might have heard of it. And that 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 the arts vice president, right? Who said that my parents worked. I should apologize to them. They worked and fed me. And I said, no, they didn't work. Um, People sometimes tend to think that if you did well academically, you were advantaged. You had a cushy life. That's not always the case. So there are people who score high on standardized tests and do well in school, even if their parents are horrible. I didn't do well in school. Um, I I cut a lot of classes. I was sleeping during school. A lot of times I walked around at night all over the city because I was kicked out of the house and slept in the boiler room in school. Um, but I got into that school. Sometimes people who go through really difficult things do well academically. I, uh, I just wanted to say that. Um, there are people like us who exist just because I'm not My life story is not in a documentary. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. I know I'm not the only one. I've met people actually. When I was much younger, I was carrying food. I met people who've been abused by their parents. I don't know about the physical abuse, the beatings, but they've been abused and they worked in, I guess, sex entertainment. Yeah, sex work. I think this was when they were giving tips and not it wasn't a lap dancing situation. So maybe I don't know how to categorize everything, but I met people who have been abused by their parents, who ended up doing that kind of work. It happens, right? Um, so yeah, I don't meet too many people who I don't. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. But there are some of us who do well in school, even if we don't do well. And there are some people who work as a stripper at a young age, and it happens. Well, this person, one particular person I know, I don't know if she lived till 30. Um, she had substance issues, um, and it took over her life. So I just want to make this upload saying don't assume that if somebody has a different life from you that they're lying. There are all sorts of people, and sometimes parents do horrible things to their kids. Sometimes adults do horrible things to to children, um, and also some people who have had horrendous early life experiences do well academically. We've been through a lot. We had to figure stuff out. We're we're not all the same. There are different kinds of people. You know. So thank you for listening. I will try to upload next week too. I think I'll have access to internet. So long for now. Thank you for listening.